Hello, everybody. Thank you for returning for another episode of Off the Dome. We got Jay Dizzy right here and Big Victor 31. Yeah. How's everybody doing today? Great to hear that. What's the
You
first
didn't even give
topic
him
we need?
time to respond,
Off,
bro. You did not give him a single
they,
second to
they,
respond.
Off the Domers are just doing good. Always doing good. You know?
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more time to respond. Uh, I appreciate all the support we keep having. The critics are saying last episode was our best, so we're gonna do our best to top it. The numbers also back that up. But yeah,
I
I
also
know it.
saw most of them picked Jimmy G.
I didn't. We didn't get any comments, brothers. Nobody
No,
picked
no,
Jimmy G.
I heard from the grapevines. Don't worry. I
Mhm.
wouldn't lie to you.
Your grapevines are not accurate. Your
Mm.
grapevines are not trustful. But yeah, numbers don't lie, and um, it's tacky. I'm pretty sure it's tacky to talk about your numbers, but we're grateful. We're barely starting, so we're grateful for every little accomplishment we can get. All right, so speaking of Jimmy G and
Mm.
our most mid QB argument, um, I've seen a lot of have you seen that tweet going around? It's getting quote tweeted a lot. That says so much funny shit happened last NFL season that don't get talked about. LMAO.
Mm-mm.
Really?
No.
That's been blowing up on my timeline. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
This.
I
All right.
think I lost my conscience in the New York City.
What? All right. I'm gonna send you the tweet. So it'll be on Twitter. Check that. Check that bad boy out.
Let me ask you, how much would you sell your foot for?
Man, let's stay on topic. But
So you're saying it's not for sale?
it's at the right price. I need the right price. I don't know
Okay.
what
Yeah.
it is, but when I hear it, I'll know it. All
All
right,
right.
so
What you saying?
I just sent you the tweet, um, and I'm gonna do my best to put the video in here. If I can't, I'll put links. I mean, I don't think we could put links actually, but I'll do my best to somehow
That's
show.
talent right there.
So yeah, it is talent. So what Victor here is talking about is, um, the tweet that got quote tweeted is Jimmy Garoppolo, the only QB I know that would get a safety and throw a pick six in one play, and it's a video of a game against the
Broncos.
Denver Broncos where Jimmy Garoppolo takes a step out. Are you shaving mid podcast?
No, I got an itch in my nose, and I used. You can mind your own business, you know. Nah, it's in the crevices, and then my finger's a little too fat for it. You got a little itch right there.
Got it. All right. Well, see, this is how you're ducking the conversation of Jimmy G being the most mid QB
I'm
in
just
the
saying
NFL.
highlights.
This is definitely a highlight for someone else, though. So yeah, I just wanted to start us off with that. And I mean, we got a lot of sports stuff that that happened this past week that we can hit on. But if there's anything else we want to talk about, it's off the dome. We talk about any and everything. I know MLB trade deadline's coming up. Actually, speaking of MLB, our boy, our favorite reporter,
Jet.
uh, Jeff Jet Passon, broke his back, had his back broken
Pause.
by a tree.
Uh,
Resume, no pause, full throttle. I think the biggest plot twist for me there is that my our boy's from Kansas City. I didn't take him for a Midwesterner.
wow. You're assuming
He
his
looks like a
gender? That's
California guy.
crazy. Is he? I mean, you would think just because, I guess. Nah. Eh. What's up with your third different water this, episode?
Man, third different water this episode. I drink a lot of water. Like you. Just just hydrating, you know?
Best
Uh,
Kool-Aid flavor.
hmm. I haven't had Kool-Aid in a while. Last time I had Kool-Aid was Kool-Aid Jammers, the little like Capri Sun types. I used to be a grape guy, but it tastes like medicine now. So I'm not big on it. So I'm gonna go with red fruit punch. Can't go wrong. Original. It's in the Kool-Aid Man himself. I am drinking the Kool-Aid Man. No pause. No hesitation.
Mm-mm. Two hands, double fisting.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's huge, so you gotta.
Oh,
Gulp him.
girth.
Man, he's a big boy.
I just asked you a simple question, and you turn this to you and your
Hey
fantasies.
man,
I was saying,
you ask questions, but then you keep adding on and on and on. All right, I got the
you
next
out here
two.
with double hands. I'm saying.
Man,
Those,
sometimes you
I
gotta
think you
do
just
what
brought
you
up more
gotta do.
questions than answers.
You gotta do what you gotta do. All right,
What you have for lunch for today?
my lunch for today was I cooked myself a New York steak and some fries. Um, I'll be honest, I'm not the I'm not great at cooking steaks, so I wasn't crazy about how it came out,
Hmm.
but I ate it. I ate the fries. I was really hungry, so it was okay. But I think I'm gonna chill on cooking myself some steaks for a bit because
Mm.
just not it ain't hitting right when I cook it myself. Would you get yourself?
I was feeling some pizzas. I just went to Costco today. Kept it
Nothing
simple.
wrong. Nothing wrong with the pizzas, man. Nothing wrong with a pizza. Can't go wrong with a good pizza. Can't mess up a pizza. Very hard to mess up a pizza.
Mhm.
All right. Speaking of pizza, I just sent you a tweet. So this I can
I
100%.
saw it.
This one I can 100% put the picture in here. Picture will be somewhere in between us. Am I pointing to in between us? You know, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'll look goofy in the final cut of this video. Um, but yeah, so we got picked the highest peaks here of NBA players. So we got why don't you read them off for us?
You got AD, the Brow, best power forwards in the league. The Beard, James Harden. Superman, Dwight Howard. Dame Time, Dame Lillard. Brody, Russell Westbrook. Ooh, could get open in the photo booth. Mello, The Truth, Paul Pierce. The Process, Embiid. CP3, no rings. Chris Paul. Yeah, yeah. Those are 9 players.
So we got 9 players, and we here are going to talk about who had the best, who three had. Actually, let's slim it down. Do you want to go with three, or do you want to go with just who had the best peak?
Oh, let's go 3. We
Three?
gotta get a
Okay.
podium.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
gonna give my
I
ninth
think
place.
I
I'm gonna give a
I
ninth place easily.
no. Well, we're going 3. We're not going 9 through
Oh, I'm
one.
not going top nine. I am giving a ninth place though.
Wait, wait. As a basketball fan, you knowledgeable. I think you should go second.
Okay. Do you
My
have a
3.
ninth pick? Do you want to go? Do you want to pick who your worst is?
Oh, okay. I'll give you a 9. I think it's Paul Pierce.
Yeah, easy. I was
Okay,
picking Paul
thank you.
Pierce. I was
Okay.
roasting him on our Twitter uh earlier this week because he was not just because he was talking shit about Jokic. I just don't. He's a great player. Can beat me in basketball easily, but in terms of NBA history, he is
Mhm,
not one of the greatest. Maybe
mhm.
top 100 or he made the NBA 75 team, I think.
He
That's
did.
the thing they did recently. It's good enough to make it to the 75, but top 50? Don't think so. Maybe not. Definitely not top 25. He's my number 9 in terms of peaks.
Mhm.
All right, hit me with your 3. So your bronze.
So we're talking peaks is just like they're at their best of their career, right?
Exactly. So
Okay.
whatever you determine to be their best, the best of their careers, what were they? And how high,
I I
comparatively, how high their peaks were.
I think that MVP year of Westbrook, triple double year, that was nice. So I put that at 3.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I thought you were gonna leave Westbrook out of there, and I was gonna come in with a hot take and say those MVP years of Westbrook were different, man. For now, I'll leave him at 3. I'll agree with
Wow.
you there.
All right.
Um,
My number 2 is James Harden.
wholeheartedly agree there.
That was
I didn't think we were gonna agree. So I also
we
didn't put a lot of.
might
I
not number 1.
I know who you're going with here. I'm pretty sure I know.
You
Can I
do,
take a guess?
yeah.
Anthony Davis.
No,
Okay, good.
I don't think we've seen his peak yet.
Okay, that was gonna be my argument for why he shouldn't be your number
hmm
one.
hmm I don't think. I mean, I think at their best, I think he's the best player here.
Uh, I would put Dwight up there against him.
Dwight can't cover him on the at the fucking 3.
Yeah, but AD's kind of in comparison, AD's kind of soft. So this is like the the battles we have to get in as the NBA evolves. Like AD is a soft big because that's what we have now in
Sure, but
the
if he shoots threes and makes them, what's the problem?
uh, to each his own. All
But
right, so
to
who's your one?
to kind of counter my point there, I picked Dwight as one.
Okay. I did not. I'm not agreeing with you on that one. I think Dwight's my one of my top five. Actually, I was debating having him three, Westbrook two, and
Oh, sliding everybody down.
my one would be Melo.
What is peak Melo?
Peak Melo is giving buckets left and right.
Yeah, but you
62
can
points at the Garden.
make that case for Lillard too. Didn't he have a stretch of like 50 point games?
Yeah, but I also feel like peak Lillard isn't as good as peak Melo because Melo wasn't really bringing the ball up the court.
Yeah, but he was getting it whenever he wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, but still, you have to get open, right? So
That
imagine
man could get
if
open with a jab step. That's all it is.
I mean, like off ball get open. Getting open on ball when you have the ball is different than getting open when you don't have the ball,
It's
and
the
they know
Clay.
that you're
Yeah,
the dog, right?
it's
Because
Kyrie
Melo,
versus Clay essentially.
yes and no. That mentality. I mean, like I think they're two different players, so it's kind of like
What I'm saying is like you can get open like Kyrie with the ball, or get open without the ball like Clay.
okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I
See,
think
but
so.
like I think we're
I
just mhm.
I also think Dame's an all-time scorer, but I don't know, his bag's just not that interesting to me. All-time scorer, yes, can score anywhere and anytime he wants, yes, but his bag is it's not mid, obviously, but like he's not really breaking people down. He'll blow by a guy or two. He'll dunk on some people, but I it could also just be that I don't watch enough Portland games because who wants to watch Portland?
Or it might be Miami soon.
I don't see that. I don't see it happening, man.
See, but like this is again our definition of like peak. What is okay? Melo had a what would you call those years in New York? Good years?
I mean, we're talking just individually, and I would call them elite years.
Taking them to the playoffs what twice? I don't
Uh,
know. I just don't think like I see what you're saying, but Dwight, I'm a defensive guy, and I love Dwight just because of that freak of nature. Just protect the paint, you defend anything and everything, dunk over anybody. I love that peak Dwight before he's went to the Lakers the first time was just sheesh.
yeah,
That
before
man
they
was
ruined them.
and resurrected him. Don't forget that. We
The
got
Rockets resurrected him originally, so
no,
you can
no, no.
give the
We
Rockets
gave him our
credit there.
championship. Thank you.
Mickey Mouse did,
I don't
right?
never understood
Literally,
that argument.
they played it on a Mickey Mouse court, Disney World.
After 72 games played, we they beat the Clippers, the second best team, and then they beat the Bucks, the best team, and then went on a break. Everybody went on a break. So what's the argument?
It's different when
Thank
there's
you.
no fans in there. Uh,
I feel like that affects the Lakers more.
potato tomato. Dwight was definitely in my top three conversation. I just didn't know where to go, and I got so much love for Melo because when I was growing up, he was. I didn't try to be like Melo, but he was like a guy I knew. He was
Mellow
one of the.
dog. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the cover, I believe, of NBA Street 3, and I love that. I had that game. I still have it. I loved that game. I don't have it out here with me. It's in a drawer, but it's I love that game, and he's like the cover athlete and the guy that like does the intro. So I was just like, oh, Mello, he's the guy. He's the one.
See, but this is again, you're going for the flashiness of being able to score, which is unfair. I mean, that dude does it great over a guy that's gonna be grind, be able to do everything, not hit the free throws, but
Dwight wasn't a passer. So you said do everything. Dwight was not a passer.
oh come
Mello
on.
Mello Mello's output was still more. So let's go into your prize picks here, right? If you're taking total rebounds, assists, and points, or some sort of like statistical
It's plus minus,
combination.
right?
Yeah, I think so. I actually don't know those like advanced stats. I don't look into them because I'm Like, all right, I just don't want to be that
Hmm.
deep into it, but um, I think if you take like the value of Eve, let's say let's say Melo's points and rebounds versus Dwight's points, rebounds, and blocks, I think Melo beats him still in output. You know what I mean? And I'm giving Dwight another stat because Melo, he wasn't a dog on defense, but he's a dog for the rebound, right? As we know, we've all seen the clips. Get the fuck out of here, I got it. Right?
Hmm.
We've all seen those clips. So he was a dog to get rebounds. He was a fighter for sure. He was a rebounder, not an elite rebounder, but he was a dog.
I don't know. For the Magic minutes, points. Let me see this.
Are you pulling up a basketball reference here?
Hmm. God damn. Total rebounds counts for everything, right? So like in a game, that's the stat you want.
Say that again.
Total rebounds is like the end stat in a game. So it doesn't just count offensive and defensive.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
okay.
a combo of both.
Dude was averaging 35 with those three stats you gave him.
Dwight,
Yeah, fuck out of here. Don't tell me why it wasn't it.
when was this though? Did you like just do career or
Well, I did it for those Magic years. The peak.
okay? Well, I got Carmelo pulled up here, so let's see. The thing is, Melo's
That's what I'm
peak
saying.
started very early.
That's what I'm saying. What's his peak? And you were giving.
What do we want to qualify as his peak?
Hmm, they're pretty much the same. His best year was with New York, 28.7, 6.9 rebounds. Let's call that 35.
Yep.
I mean, they're
Well,
pretty
look at
similar.
that.
It's just
Look at that. Carmelo has two stats, right? I said just points and rebounds, and I gave Dwight blocks, and Carmelo's matched up. So if we're just taking the best here, I mean, seven rebounds is no. In Melo's days, seven rebounds is wasn't easy. It's not an easy get.
it's true. So, like I was saying, Dwight got this in the bag easy.
I don't know. I'm gonna go Melo. So let's remind the people, what's your three, and I'll give my final three.
I got MVP year, triple double Westbrook. I got MVP year Harden and MVP year? No, no, right?
Never.
No. Defensive player of the year, Dwight Howard. Took that team to the finals and got rocked by the Lakers, Kobe Bean Bryant. Yeah, yeah. But before that, Melo had to take on Kobe Bean and never beat them. Just saying.
Well, the trend here is neither of them beat him. And funny enough, our ninth place did beat him. I think I'm gonna switch mine up. I'm gonna go. I don't know if I feel good leaving James Harden out.
Oh, it's the question again. What's the peak? I'm taking the peak of that year, Westbrook. That year, Harden. That year, Howard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
It's like what?
because I want to
Because
give
Melo
my
could give you a month where he's just scorching, and he could give you good the rest of the year. It's the same thing with Lillard. You know,
all right.
CP3 is
I'm
gonna be
I'm
great
taking
the whole year, but he's not gonna be. You know.
yeah. I'm gonna take fuck it. I'm gonna go Dwight three, Russ two, Melo one. That's my order.
Oh,
So I'm gonna leave James Harden out of there, even though what he was doing is also spectacular, amazing. He'd be my four, and I'd give Dame my five.
that's Dame at 5.
Well, like we said, we haven't seen AD's peak. We can't say peak AD when we've never seen peak AD.
Well, the peakest of AD is pretty damn good. I don't.
But
What is peak Lillard?
peak Lillard is like you said, going on that stretch of 50-point games.
I mean, AD had a stretch of like 20 games where he was just dropping 35, 15 with like 6 blocks.
All right, we're not about to get back into the basketball reference pages here. We for sure killed some time
It's
for
just
y'all viewers. Did not have to experience the quietness that we just went through for a couple
but
minutes. But
it's just the question of what you think a peak is.
well, yeah, it's also like what do you value more? And as you've said, like you value the defense, I value the scoring, the playmaking. Defense is a factor too. But in today's NBA, which is where Dame and AD are playing. I'm valuing that scoring and playmaking a little bit more. Not to say this isn't me saying that I don't think Dame is playmaker for his teammates. I don't know his averages. I think he's a great scorer. It's a guard game. It's a guard's game, so that's why I'm taking his peak.
Mm.
You know, to each his own. If you agree or disagree, let us know in the comments. Hopefully, we had that picture up somewhere on the screen where y'all could see it, preferably in between us. There's enough space there. So those are two. I have a bunch of things I have lined up in case we need to talk about things.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
If you could commit a
Actually, it's not
crime,
allowed. Not go ahead.
if you could commit a crime and that crime is not allowed to be done anymore, what would it be?
Oh, fuck.
Are you taking one for the team? How strong? How morally insensitive?
I might tap out of this one.
Nah.
Wait, so I
You
do a crime. I commit a crime.
example, you killed somebody, nobody could be killed ever again.
Somehow it just happens that nobody can ever be killed again.
Hmm. Now, if you want to go a little more savage, there's ways to take it
Nah.
up a notch. I'm
Mm-mm.
just saying, but it's
No.
a it's it's a harder crime, but a better okay.
Do I get away with the crime?
No,
So I serve time.
yes, but think about all the lives or effect you're doing. You're taking one for the humanity.
See, I'm thinking of like real bad ones,
Exactly. There's
but
you know what I'm
like
thinking.
I don't want to know what you're thinking. I never know what you're thinking.
There's a
I
cop out
also
answer here,
I also don't want to commit crimes.
but obviously you don't want to commit crimes, but
Well,
you
like
want.
bad ones, you know what I mean? Like I don't have that in I don't think I have the heart to like commit like a murder or a
Yeah, but you're not doing it for the murder. You're doing it for all the innocent lives that are going to be saved. Think about it
yes
like you're a
and
hero. Mhm.
yes and I'm still doing it. So I still
Yes,
have to do it, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go with like the shit Brett Favre did, like robbing from the poor.
I
I'm gonna be
guess.
I don't know, man.
That's
I didn't want
allegedly.
to
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly we don't want to get sued by Brett Favre. He's definitely watching this. I don't know. I don't want to I don't think
Really?
I could commit one of those gnarly ones, even if it's to stop everything else.
That's
All right, hit me with it, Wild Boy.
me?
Yeah, what are you
Per
getting?
perjury.
Perjury.
Yeah,
Fuck is perjury?
you can't lie under oath.
Hmm.
Think about it. Every time you go to court, be an hour process. Simple, ba ba ba.
Okay, that's a decent one. I feel like that one definitely has loopholes, but
How?
a lot of people don't lie in court. They bend the truth. They omit information. So they're still telling you the truth. They're just not telling you the whole truth. And I think
That's
that's the thing
against the
lawyers do.
law.
Well, if I
All evidence has to be presented for it to be in court. Unless you open a door, then that door is open as well.
yeah, I mean that's a great question. Comments. Let us know what you would commit. What crime you would commit.
The internet is wild. I don't know why you're.
Actually don't let us know because there's people watching on the internet all the time, so we don't want to be on any FBI list, and we don't want you to be on any FBI list. So, anyways, we move on. All right, wacky or realistic sports stuff?
Realistic.
Realistic. All right, trade deadline, MLB trade deadline stuff.
Oh
Um,
shit! I don't want to think about this.
I'm gonna send you a tweet. This is a tweet from Talking Baseball. Again, I'll do my best to put it up on the screen here, just to for you to see who we're talking about. But essentially, Talking Baseball, the John Boy Media like main baseball podcast, is asking where will these guys be after the deadline? So we have Otani, Soto, Arenado, Bellinger, Scherzer, Stroman, Snell, Cease, Bieber, Giolito, and Flaherty. So we can go down the line or any which way you'd like.
Before that, you saw the first comment under the thread?
Oh boy, this guy is saying just Phillies all the way. Is that the one you're seeing?
No. Well,
Uh
yes, but it's. Oh no. The first one that shows is Paul says all of them on the Yankees.
oh,
Uh,
Man,
uh,
man's living in a dream world.
Otani. Damn it, Otani. Does he get traded? He has to be traded.
So you're the baseball guy here, so you're obviously gonna have more knowledge than me about how these things work, but I think he's not getting traded. You have to give up so much for him.
Do we, I
You have to
do
give up.
you?
You do, dude. He's two players in one.
Yes.
He's leading.
For two
If
months?
he's a rental,
Exactly. That's why the price is down.
but also if you trade for him, that might boost your odds to sign him to keep him.
He doesn't want to go to the East. So like if you're the Yankees, he doesn't want to go there.
I think that price tag is huge, no matter what.
Yes,
Because even if
so
if a good team gets him for 2 months,
mhm.
he's helping them get over the hump if they're in that position. That's the argument. Even if it's a 2 month rental, he is the elite of the elite.
I don't think it's so hard. It's I don't the price tag is gonna be a lot. It's gonna be unrealistic because Angels want everything for him, but you're training for a rental at the end of the day. As good as it is, you're training for part of your future for 2 months.
Well, see now you're getting into the like logistics of it. Like, is it smart? Is it smart to trade for him? Absolutely not. You're gonna have to give up so much. But
But your
what?
question is if he's getting traded. That has to come into question too.
Yeah, my guess here is he's not getting traded.
I don't think so either.
He's the again price tag is too high.
Hmm.
If you're a smart baseball team, you take your chances in free agency because he definitely won't be back with the Angels. That's as much as I know. Who's
Frodo.
who's he going with? I don't know. Soto's a tough one, man, because again,
I don't
that's
think
an
so.
I don't think so either. That's another haul, but it's 2 years of control. I get or a year and a half, I guess.
A year after this season.
The rest of the season and then a year after. I don't think so. Again, it's a haul for the odds to or the possibility of re-signing him. It's no guarantee.
Well, you can at least get a full year of him, a year and a half.
That's true.
But I, for that reason, I think if Padres were to trade it, it would be next year. I,
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna speak it into existence. Soda to the Yankees.
uh,
You
all
get
right.
Everson Pereira.
I'll
You can
take
get Clark Schmidt.
Dominguez. I'll take
Nope.
Clark Schmidt.
You'll
I'll
take
take Devi.
you can take Austin Wells. You can take Davey. Sure. You can take who's the other guy? Who's the
I'll
guy I
take
just said?
Severino.
Everson Pereira. He's another outfielder. Pff, you could take Sevy.
Josh Donaldson. I'll take
Oh
Enerkel
yeah, take
Falefa.
Josh Donaldson. No, I
Give me
mean,
Dominguez. Give me
if anything,
Oswald.
if anything, I would love to see him on the Yankees. Do I think
I
it's gonna happen? No.
bet you
Brian
would.
Cashman is incompetent. All right, moving on. So this team announced that they have a fire sale. The I was about to call them the Rockies, the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals, fire sale, and Arenado is on the block apparently. Or I mean, you'd assume he's available if it's a fire sale.
Hmm.
Who do you think can land, or where do you think he fits best? I'd say.
I like him on the Twins.
Okay,
I like him on the Diamondbacks.
I would like to see that. Who's their current third baseman?
That's what it is. I don't know.
You're an
I know
NL
it's
West fan. Come on.
yeah, I know it's Cattell at second. Josh Rojas.
No, he got sent down. I
Okay.
had him on my fantasy team.
Perdomo? Is he a short? Or mid is that there? It's Carroll, it's center, it's Gurriel on the left, I would assume.
Yeah, I think so. That's what MLB The Show's had his cards at. So
See, I don't know the third baseman off the top of my head.
okay. Oh, it might be Longoria.
Okay, that's a fucking upgrade.
I mean, it is an upgrade, but whoever's there, it's an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I'd like to see him. That's a fun team. That's a team I haven't watched any of their games, but that's a team I keep an eye on. Just it's a fun team. It
They're
looks like a
fucking
fun team.
annoying as it is.
I like it. So we think Bellinger, or
Belly?
sorry, Belly. I think Yankee possibly. Like this is the most realistic Yankee trade, but he doesn't want to be in New York afterwards. The reports are saying
Oh,
that
rental?
he was 100% a rental. He would love to be. to finish the year with the Yankees, he would not resign. He would not want to spend time or be in New York, which I can't blame him. I also wouldn't want the Yankees. I don't want the Yankees to trade for anyone. I want them to sell, if anything, retool.
Mm.
I don't see Belly staying here long. I think who I need to pull up the standings because I'm
You
struggling to.
guys are last.
No, I know where the Yankees stand. I'm talking about the rest of the teams.
Okay.
But thanks for that, you ass.
You guys are last with a better record than me.
Yeah, so all
That's
right.
the Cubs ain't going anywhere. Scherzer said he's committed to the things. The
The
Mets. The Mets
Mets.
said they're committed to a Hail Mary, go. Stroman. Oh, so wait, let
Stroman.
you answer.
I saw an edit of Stroman as a Diamondback, and
I
I thought
did too.
that looked kind of sick.
I
I
was
could
like,
see it
yeah,
happening.
that makes sense.
Snell, it would be hilarious if Snell got traded to the Rays.
No, I think he gets traded. I do think he gets traded.
Okay.
And here's my theory. As a Padre fan, obviously I want to keep all the good players, but to be a longevity team, you got to be able to make trades that see fit. I think Snell gets traded to the Mariners.
Okay. You getting just prospects backs
No,
or
we're getting one of their starters, either
ooh.
Gilbert or Wu or
I feel like then so the Padres are the ones paying the premium.
what do you mean? Snell's like maybe top five best pitcher right now in the league.
Right, but Gilbert is still under team control for a while. I think I don't know how long he's been in the bigs, but he's a young guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's for sure got the renew years, the arbitration years,
Mm-hmm.
still on his
Mm-hmm.
contract, so he's still under control for a
Whoa.
while.
So you're saying we're gonna have to give the haul to them? I don't think there's gonna be a haul either way.
It's not like a haul, but it's like you get Snell and you get a prospect, maybe like a top 20 prospect
No,
or your 20th prospect and below.
no, I think you're seeing it wrong.
You think
Mm,
the Mariners are gonna have to give one of their top guys, top young guys, and a prospect?
yes.
Oof. I don't know if I agree with that one,
Think about Luis Castillo and then Snell, plus their young guys. They have depth.
but they're also fourth in their division
How
behind
far
the
from wild card?
Angels.
I think Snell re-signing with Mariners is such a high possibility, just because Snell loves Seattle.
Oh, the
But
Mariners are, oh, he is from Seattle.
mhm,
He's got that going for him. They are 5 games out of the wild card.
that's not nothing.
They're gonna have to battle the Angels, who have half a game on them, the Yankees, and then the Red Sox.
Okay, it's the Angels, so if we've seen them collapse with nobody, who's part of that team of the Mariners? I want to see their like starting pitchers.
They got Castillo, Gilbert. I think it's George Kirby.
Ooh, Bryce Miller's another good one.
Bryce Miller's a young guy.
Ideally, I would want Herbie. Brian Wu is actually not that bad either. And the reason I say we trade Snell, and the reason I say we like good teams have to like plan this out, make tough decisions. You give up Snell, yes, a hot pitcher right now for a pitcher like Wu with team control. You save that money that you would give Snell from re-signing, and maybe you go for, I don't know, the hottest free agent is going to go on the market,
This
two-way
guy.
superstar.
This guy.
Uh, I got $3 for you. That's about it.
I'll take him.
That's what I'm saying. You save the money that you would give for Snell, the 30 years, whatever it is, per year.
30 years.
I don't know,
I mean,
man.
with Otani, I would sign him to a 30-year
So
deal if
I'm
I'm being
saying
honest.
you save the money, you get a pitching prospect, and you essentially added two for the price of one, or three in the price of one, with two being Otani.
That's that's if the Mariners are into that.
If they're in the race, you get the two-headed horse of Castillo and Snell. That's pretty good.
But are they into the idea of trading away their guys,
You
those
have
type of guys?
think about it. You have Castillo. You probably have a great chance of re-signing Snell. You have Gilbert. You have Wu, or you have Bryce Miller and Kirby. You have five. You have Castillo, Gilbert, Kirby, Bryce Miller, and Wu. You give up one of them to get Snell and another prospect.
Honestly, I'm loving the idea of Snell in Seattle. I just like it. It seems right. I don't know what the trade looks like. I don't know if you're right about that trade. I don't know if you're right about who's getting the prospects, but I like Snell in Seattle. Let's do it. Next up, we got Dylan Cease. I don't know, man. I saw an edit of him being a an Oriole. Maybe that's
Oh,
the team he goes to. That'd be that'd be good for them. Not good for the Yankees. I don't know how many games they have left against them, but that team needs pitching. That's their weak point. So
oh,
makes sense.
going back on Snell, if the Orioles want Snell for like a Grayson Rodriguez, I would have minded that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you want a Grayson Rodriguez.
Nah,
He's
nah, we
been
want to.
struggling. I think he's been
That's
sent
fine.
down twice this year.
That's fine.
Cease, I think Orioles could definitely use him. Toronto might go and snag him. Toronto always makes a move. I don't think Houston. I don't think the Astros go and get him just because their pitching is solid.
Yeah, losing the other guy, Luis Garcia, kind of sucks for them.
Yeah.
Bieber? I don't think
Bieber,
Bieber.
I think Bieber's out of it. He got hurt. He's
Yeah,
done for the season, so I think he's out. No one's really trading for him. Giolito, I think, is like a lock to be a Dodger. I think that just always happens, and I don't know his numbers on the year. I'm gonna try to look him up as quickly as possible, but he's going to be a stud once he goes there.
but that just
It's
doesn't make
just
sense why they need him because they keep getting young pitchers and they're just
they they just keep fixing people. So
yeah, but they have the young studs and I mean people are getting hurt with the Dustin May and Walker Bueller.
yeah, Walker Bueller's been out all year, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, and
yeah, he tore his.
Dustin May is out all year now.
Mm-hmm.
Kershaw's been out for a while with shoulder stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense because Kershaw's age, you don't. How old is Kershaw?
Um,
35 plus,
to
maybe?
probably
Or like a 37 somewhere?
mm-hmm.
No, that's no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not bad.
Rich Hill's 47. I thought it was a stretch.
47?
Is he not 47?
Maybe like 43.
He's 40 something.
Because I know him 43. Him against
43, okay.
Nelson Cruz like a week ago was like the oldest battle. 43
Mm.
versus like 44.
Anyways, 35, you don't want to tax Kershaw's Kershaw, yes. He's a stud no matter what, but you don't want to tax his shoulder too much. So going out and getting a young guy, young-ish guy, he's 29. That's still young for baseball. With a about four, we'll round it. It's a 3.96, so we'll round up to four ERA. They're gonna fix him. They always do. They just make it work, except with
Mm,
you, Darvish.
mm. We fixed them. Don't worry.
Well, I think the Cubs fix him, but
Mm. We perfected him.
I don't know about perfected. I think the Rangers perfected him, and then the Dodgers ruined him, and the Cubs fixed him, and now you guys have gotten a good version of him. But yeah, Yolito, I think he's a lock for a Dodger, and I think if the Dodgers can't get Otani, they'd go Yolito and get something done there. I also feel like the Dodgers just aren't afraid of trading prospects because they just keep making new ones.
I don't think they'll trade all those proctors for Otani when they could just throw money at him this offseason.
They'll probably get him in the offseason anyways. Flaherty, I believe
Seems
Jack
like a twin.
Flaherty, twin,
Yeah.
might be.
Or
Yeah,
an Oriole.
I could see the Orioles get him. I could see the Twins get him.
Oh, I can see a
I do kind of
Ranger.
want to get at his stats. Oh, Rangers might be nice with him. Um,
Now, if the Rangers want Snell, I wouldn't mind a Dolis Garcia at center. Just saying.
I don't think they'd give up Adolis for Snell.
They got plenty of players. I heard that Dylan Carlson was on the radar for the Yankees.
Yeah, that seems like such a Yankee move.
I don't mind it though. Like
I don't mind it, but
y- it's
I
I
mean,
feel like you
actually,
guys I feel like the
retool. Fuck it.
Yankees want somebody to come in and just fix it, and that's just not gonna happen.
That's what they're thinking of, but exactly, it's not going to happen. What has to happen is it's a retool. They need a retool. I think third base needs to get figured out. Well, actually, Oswald just got called up. He's either getting traded or he's staying. If he gets traded, we don't know. Or I don't know what he's getting traded for. But third base has to be fixed. So I think Donaldson is most likely done for the season, and that's a wrap on Donaldson. That's his career. I
Sheesh.
think I mean he's not committed to next year with or without the Yankees. He's just said this year he's committed to this year. He doesn't know what the next year holds for him. We'll hit a We'll hit a pause here.
I'm waiting for you to finish the sentence
Oh,
with a clip,
uh,
you know?
Donaldson is he's not committed for the year or for next year. Where was I going with this? DJ LeMahieu is not him anymore. He's got to get out. Juice Ball helped him get it to the short porch. Not
Mm.
anymore. Stanton, I don't know if I'm in or if I'm out on him.
Oh shit.
Rizzo's struggling. He won our hearts, but he might
Yeah,
have
he
to go.
tried to go against Tatis on that slide.
He did not try to do anything. He tried to do his job, and Tatis ran into
Mm.
his neck.
Tatis went into the bag, and Rizzo tried to just block him like a left tackle. I'm just saying, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back. All right, everybody, jumping right back in. We took a little potty break. Had to go empty the tank. Just to piggyback off of this baseball talk. Would you rather have Kershaw's career or Mad Bum's career? Would you rather
Ooh,
be known as one of the greatest regular season pitchers or one of the greatest postseason pitchers?
I mean, if we're taking talking just individually,
Yeah, just
I'm gonna go Kershaw because baseball is more. It's not like basketball or football where you're like recognized by your rings. Baseball is more so about what do you do? What are your accolades? What did you accomplish?
mhm,
Right? So, I mean, for the last what 6, 7, 10 maybe years, we're talking about how Mike Trout is one of the greatest of all time, right?
mhm.
Right before Shohei shows up.
Hmm,
We're talking he arguably best hitter, fielder, player, position player of all time.
hmm,
Made the playoffs what, twice in his career?
think so.
Last I know the last time they made it was in 2014. I only know that because the Yankees just had a series with the Angels and it was awful. I didn't even watch today's game. That's how bad it is right now. This toxic relationship it might be over for the season. I might not watch another game of baseball this season. At least not Yankees game, just
Fair weather
because
fan.
not fair weather fan, man. It's bad
Mhm.
for my mentals. But
You should expect it by now.
man, every
As a
year.
Padre and Charger fan, let me tell you, I've been through it plenty.
Yeah, the top of your head can tell me, and I don't want to end up like that.
I I have seen the bottom. I'm sure there's another floor underneath that I could get to.
I don't know how much worse it gets than a 27-0 upset or
It's not even
losing that
football
lead.
season yet.
It's almost there though. You know how many days are left? 50 days.
You know how many times I've
50
been hearing about it?
days.
Uh,
50 days away. But yeah, I'm gonna go Kershaw's career. Rings are
oh,
nice. Rings are great, but in baseball, I don't think they matter as much.
yeah, but for a pitcher, you have so much control of the game. Think about it. If you're on, you're really not much the other team could do.
Right, but you have so much control of a game,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's not
And
like
in a 7 game series, you might be out there 3 times.
might be out there twice, depending on how good the team's rotation is. Because
No,
even
but
if you
if
go
you're
a 4-man rotation, which is what I think is most MLB teams do, 4-man rotation. If you're the top guy, you get game one, sit game two, sit game three, sit game
that's a
four,
I
game
think it's a
five.
3 man. It's a 3 man. You use the last two as bullpen,
Yeah,
depending how the games goes and everything. But if you might even come out of the pen for a fifth game, which I think that's what Mad Bum did.
that's what he definitely came out of the pen. One of those. I think he
Mhm.
to close it out,
Yeah, he did.
game seven. But I'm going Kershaw, man. He's got the Cy Young or Cy Youngs. I don't know how many he's won, but he's got the numbers. Mad Bum, great postseason run for great. What do you have? Two, three great postseason runs those years that they won titles, and then fizzled out. So he's out of the majors right now.
Yeah, but he also has that Hall of Fame like crazy postseason. It's essentially that picture I just sent you. Which one would you rather have? Let the viewers know.
So we got Robert Ory on the left side, $54 million, 7 rings, or $300 million, 0 rings for James Harden, which is also tough to compare money wise at the time because I think in the 90s they weren't getting paid, like in comparison to now, they weren't getting paid jack shit. And Robert Horry is Is that? Let me double check. Is that Robert Horry? Yes, that is.
Yeah.
Robert Horry is a bench player.
Well,
He's a role
it's
player.
just a placeholder. It's like, would you rather have somebody make still 54 million is great back then in today's age?
Right,
Doesn't
right.
matter. It's just, would you rather have 50 million and 7 rings or 300 million and 0 rings? It's essentially just placeholders.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going just those numbers, not attaching it to any player's careers, give me the 7 rings.
Like 100%, because 50 mil, if you can't control your money, invest it, and buy something just to, keep generating with 50 mil, even if you don't, just live comfortably for the rest of your life with 50 mil, it's like, what's the point of playing the game? I know there's the money side of it, but it's like you're playing just to compete, to win, and that's a way of like contributing to a team to do that. So that's my point of view. I'd rather always go for the rings, you
If
know.
we're going basketball, I'm going rings. If we're going baseball, I'm probably not going rings. If we're going football, if I'm a quarterback, I'm going rings. If I'm not, I will not go rings. Think about it. Randy Moss, Jerry Rice comparison. We don't care about how many rings they won because what? They didn't, yes, they affected the game, but at the end of the day, the quarterback had to throw them the ball. And if you don't have a good enough quarterback to get you the ball in a good spot or to elevate you, that's going to affect you.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
But if we're talking quarterbacks,
But we
quarterbacks,
also throw it away because Jerry Rice just has a clear advantage, right?
no, I'm going Randy Moss. Randy Moss is my pick.
Over Jerry,
Yeah,
the GOAT. That it's okay to be wrong.
Randy Moss is the GOAT. Who would Randy Moss have thrown to him?
Brady.
What, 1, 2 years?
But if he was so great, why did he keep jumping around teams?
People didn't, you couldn't be a black man back then.
Okay.
He mooned the crowd. Didn't he? He's the one that mooned the crowd.
Yeah, as a Viking.
That would be hilarious right now.
Who did
People
Jerry
would
Rice
love
have?
that.
Nobody.
Joe Montana.
Steve Young.
Joe Montana, Steve Young, and I think he might have Dallas Clark as his tight end too. Or am I thinking way too back? No, he was there for those.
Dallas Clark
Is Dallas Clark? Is he not? Is that not the name? Tight
is the
end?
name, but I think he was just on the Colts.
No, I
He
think
had
he ended.
T.O.
Let's see.
Well, Jerry Rice was on the Raiders and Seahawks too.
I did not know he was on the Seahawks. Oh
Prove me
wow,
wrong,
no,
Daddy.
I I definitely butchered that one. Dallas Clark was not on the.
Yeah, I told you.
Who was their tight end? They had a good tight end.
No, they had T.O.
Well, still, he had Joe Montana throwing at him. I think that gives him a way more of an advantage. And Steve Young,
But I get your point, but there's also a reason why. Like, would you rather have T.O. or Randy?
Randy.
T.O. was a monster.
I'm picking the Randy. If it's pick one receiver of all time, I'm picking Randy.
Jeez, don't let me get Megatron. Megatron is my all-time favorite player.
I mean, yeah, Megatron is great.
Megatron was T.
All right, so we got one last thing before we wrap it up for the day. Um, Hopefully the picture is somewhere in between us, somewhere on the screen here, but it's the longest home runs ever according to the MLB. Don't know who this is according to, but um, you got the tweet in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Who
we
the
got
fuck was he a receiver?
Josh Gibson.
Well, that's Josh Gordon. Never
You're
mind.
thinking Josh Gordon, my guy,
Yeah.
but Josh Gibson. I'll read them bottom up, right? So
Mm-hmm.
at 10, we got young Carlos Stanton, 504 feet at Coors Field. Uh, Not a surprise there,
Makes
right?
sense. Yeah.
Makes sense. Coors, one of the strongest players in recent memory. Number 9. Oh, well, it's a 504 footer, if I didn't already say that.
All
Um,
500 foot plus. Yeah.
oh yeah, they're all 500 foot plus, but we'll give the stat.
Execs.
Yeah, because since we got it in front of us, number 9 we got Lamar Mazzara, 505.
I remember that one.
I'll be honest, I think he was before my time of watching baseball, so
No more.
I've like watching baseball. I knew baseball. I didn't watch until 2015-ish.
He was a Padre like 2 years ago, my boy.
Really?
Yes. Nomar Mazar. You're thinking Nomar probably Garcia Parra.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Nomar Mazar was that lefty from Texas, and he was a Padre. My dude could crank one.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know how long he stayed in the league for, but or in the majors for, but 505 in Globe Life Park, which I think was the old
Texas.
Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number eight. I'm gonna let you go
Uh
ahead and say that one.
Glenn Allen Hill. I remember him. Whoo, sweet swing.
That's a bullshit.
Did you hear how I didn't say which from what side? Because I have no idea.
No clue. His is also it's also fucked up. They got him on here. He's eight according to this chart, but it just says 500 plus. That's I don't know. That could mean anything.
Well, I assume it was before they kept track, and it's at Wrigley, so that's the way they measured it.
Well, that argument might taken down once we get higher to the top here. But number seven, we got Jim Tomei,
Uh,
5'11".
Makes sense.
This field doesn't exist anymore. It's not named that Jacobs Field. I don't know what stadium or field that is. I'm gonna assume it's Cleveland because he played there
Yeah,
for most of his career, maybe.
bounced around. Yeah,
All right. Next up, you got this. Number six.
the big donkey, Adam Dunn. I like, yeah, man, dude. Sheesh. Let
That
me
one
tell
seems
you,
right. That one seems right to me.
yeah.
I
At Cincinnati too, that ball just flies.
Yeah,
It was Gallo
535.
before Gallo. Yeah.
But and if I didn't say tell me is 5'11", 511 feet. Next up, these next two, I still kind of believe. I'm gonna let you take them.
Ooh, Willie Stargell for 535, and Reggie Jackson at Tiger Stadium. Yeah, 539. Yeah, that makes sense.
I believe those. I've seen a lot of Reggie Jackson highlights. Dude's a stud. I just watched the Doc Ellis documentary on Amazon Prime, so I'm a believer of Willie Stargell. Now, these next three, top three, I'm gonna read these off to you. We got Mickey Mantle, 565 feet. Babe Ruth, 575 feet. And Josh Gibson, 580 feet. These are all bullshit. No way in hell that Babe Ruth, who is built like a truck driver,
Left tackle. Yeah.
I have not worked out in quite some time. I am in way better shape than Babe Ruth ever was. Granted, he I'm sure he's perfected his swing much more than I did, but that man could not round the bases. He is not hitting 575. I don't think Mickey Mantle is hitting 565. And this Josh Gibson fella isn't hitting 580.
I, I believe it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
There's
So
no way.
you
And
don't
you didn't even
believe
say that
this?
confidently.
You don't believe this, but you believe the 100 point Will Chamberlain?
There were some clips I saw of that one, and I saw his competition, and I believe it.
I don't think there's ever been a video of it.
I mean, I saw some clips of I don't know if it was that game then or just a different game that of that era. And brother, let me tell you, his competition was awful. His competition was me. He was a 7 footer freak. I mean, at the time, freak of nature,
Well,
playing against a bunch of me and yous.
well, think about it with that logic. The competition back then, who was pitching Babe Ruth? Bunch of
Yeah, but I
nobodies.
don't. But I think it's different. Hitting a baseball is much harder than making a basket as a
Yeah,
7 footer.
if we think about the equipment, I don't think it's as good as it is now. Maybe the ball just had juice and it's just it went.
I don't think they knew the science behind juicing a ball back then.
It's for my point exactly. They didn't. I'm not saying juice it intentionally. I'm just saying they just made a juiced ball unintentionally.
I think they made it one way and they kept it that way until they figured out that you can juice it.
No bonds on this is weird.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying.
No Prince Fielder.
No, none of
No
the
Gallo.
dude, even Sammy Sosa or Mark McGuire, the roid guys, like how are we not getting roid guys here?
Allegedly.
And we got Babe Ruth who couldn't do a sit up.
They're pretty hard. I'll let you know.
Exactly. So th
I'm
I
pretty
think
hard.
this one's bullshit. I am a Yankee fan, but let's stop the cap.
Are you just mad because there's a black man on here and you don't
Nah.
believe that record?
Hey, I said I believe Reggie Jackson, Willie Stargell.
Ah, I believe you, Josh Gibson. Don't worry.
brothers. How do you even know Josh Gibson is a black man?
Well, because I know the other names.
So
Unless
what's
it's
that
Glenn
supposed to mean?
Allen Hill. Unless it's Glenn Allen Hill.
Let's do a quick Google search here.
Isn't Josh Gibson the returner for the Browns too?
Oh, Josh Gibson was a black man.
Go. I'm not racist. Let's go.
Um,
Not Josh. It was Josh Cribbs.
yeah,
Yeah,
you were
that man got like
wrong.
7 concussions
He, I don't, did he ever play the MLB?
based on the picture. I don't think so.
He did not. He never
Yeah,
played. So Josh Gibson was a black man. He never played in the MLB. He played in the
pronunciation, please.
Negro League.
Okay, appreciate it.
Uh, and
Enunciate, enunciate.
yeah, I enunciated those. And yeah, those are the leagues he played in. And apparently he had a 580. I don't know. I'm also not believing that players were throwing hundreds easily back then.
No,
I don't know. Or like 100-mile sinker.
they do that now. What do you mean?
I know, but like there's so much science behind it now. Like I literally watched a TikTok video last night of this someone who I didn't know too much about. I think his name is Bronson Arroyo.
Yeah, Bronson Royal.
He was talking to a what this kid that plays Little League about
Mm-hmm.
how he threw his fastball and explaining all the science behind it. So his fastball, he threw it three fingers. So middle finger was in the middle because he was saying that like I don't have a baseball with me, but leaving it this way left too much space here with where you can add more power to it. So if you throw it this way, essentially,
Mm-hmm.
was more power behind it. So something like that that's being told. I don't think people.
See, with that mindset too, I don't. I think back then it would be more simple. Maybe some people just grab the ball like that because it felt more comfortable. Just start dotting people up.
I mean, back then it was just like, I don't know, I drank a six pack last night and was throwing gas.
Maybe exactly.
That's
You
what
need
they would
fuel,
think.
right?
I actually don't know what you just said.
They need fuel, right?
They need fuel to each his own. All
I'm
right,
just
man.
saying. I believe them.
I don't know. I'm gonna question those. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Who do you think is getting traded? Who do you think had the highest peak? Do you believe these insane home run numbers? All that good stuff. Tell us how you feel. Tell us about your day. Tell us about your week.
Let us know if you're
Tell
gonna go see Oppenheimer or the Barbie or both
or
or
both.
both.
We didn't even touch on that. And we'll see. I'll see what I end up watching this weekend if I end up watching anything. I'm leaning to Oppenheimer right now. So we'll see what I end up watching, and we'll come back and conversate next week. We'll go off the dome once again. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the love. Keep supporting us. Everything is in our description, and that does it for the infamous episode number 5, milestone
Cinco, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crazy.
5. So we got to top our views. So go crazy. See ya.